Celebrating the history of Atlanta, the home of Mayor Maynard Jackson. WAOK Atlanta, WVEE HD3, the voice of the community. News and Talk 1380, WAOK. Breaking news, sports, weather, and traffic. We're live from the WAOK newsroom on News and Talk 1380, WAOK.
Good Monday afternoon, Atlanta. 71 degrees in East Point at 4 o'clock. I'm Larissa Harris, and here's what's happening.
As of right now, we've had over almost 418,000 ballots cast early. We still have some outstanding absentee ballots, mail-in ballots that are still out that we'll expect to get, several thousand of those in before Tuesday, and I think
That's Secretary of State Brian Kemp talking about what has happened so far, as today is Super Tuesday Eve. Starting tomorrow, voters in Georgia get their say in the presidential race, with one of the largest delegate totals up for grabs among 12 states. Kemp championed the effort to set the March 1st primary date, and he says Georgians now have a chance to impact both parties' presidential nominee.
We've been an afterthought in the past, and I think over the last year you can certainly see that has changed by the number of candidate visits that we've gotten about the national press that's been talking about Georgia and the rest of the South that's taken part in this big regional primary. And for me, my biggest accomplishment, I guess, is making sure that our people's voice is going to be heard in this great state when it really matters. I'm really excited about that.
Recent polling in the state shows Donald Trump leading the Republican race and Hillary Clinton with a double-digit lead on Vermont Senator Bernie Sanders. Sticking with the presidential race, many candidates have stopped through the metro, including Republican Marco Rubio, who is here today and is again taking aim at GOP frontrunner Trump.
This guy has zero understanding of anything serious when it comes to defense or foreign policy. And this is not an issue you can take a course in at Trump University.
At a rally today, Rubio will rip Trump for not loudly condemning David Duke and the Ku Klux Klan. Trump has been trying to make it clear that he disavows Duke and the KKK after appearing to stumble over the question earlier. Rubio again called Trump a con artist. He said the U.S. should not be motivated by anger and fear. Coming up in sports, Jimmy Johnson reached another milestone in his brilliant NASCAR career. This one was very special. Win number 76. What he had to say about making history over the weekend, that's next. A check at the weather now this afternoon, mostly sunny with a high near 68, 71 degrees in Coweta County. For News and Talk 1380 WAOK, I'm Larissa Harris. How's that traffic?
Well, pretty busy with traffic on the downtown connector at William Street. Incident clearing to the right shoulder. Slow all the way back to 400 to Lenox. As well, a little bit slow from before Brookwood on 75 south to about Howe Mill Road. West Side Perimeter, one of the worst rides. Incident still clearing on the ramp from 285 south to 20 west. This is affecting you all the way back to I-75. Still thick on the East Freeway as well. Outside the perimeter, DeKalb County, a little bit pokey due to an earlier couple of incidents. One at Evans Mill off to the right, another after Panola. Both are out of the way now, and you're still slow back to 285. I'm Charlie Sill. News and Talk 1380 WAOK.
News and Talk 1380.
Radio.com presents Launch Music You Should Know. Introducing Lucas Graham and their new song, 7 Years. Music You Should Know. To hear more from Warner Brothers artist Lucas Graham, go to radio.com.
CBS Tuesday on NCIS.
What do you got?
Fantastic news.
Make a date with America's favorite agents.
That is 100% true.
From quiet
It's a secret.
and quirky
My lab, my rules.
to naughty
Women find me alluring.
and nerdy.
What the blazes is an email?
See why NCIS is the #1 drama on television.
Thank God for teamwork.
Makes the dream work. I'll second that.
NCIS, CBS Tuesday, or stream it live or on demand.
Listen up, America. The price of life insurance has gone down 60% over the last 15 years. Many Americans know they need it, and some that have life insurance know they don't have enough. How would your family get by without you? Find out how easy it is to protect the ones you love. The quote is free and there are no obligations. Call Listen Up America now, 1-800-671-2632. 1-800-671-2632. That's 1-800-671-2632. 1-800-671-2632.
Have you ever been turned down because of bad credit? Don't let your dreams disappear. Just call us at Parkview Credit today and see how much we can help boost your credit score. We've helped thousands repair their credit so they can finally start qualifying for the purchases they've been dreaming about. Stop being held back from getting the things you want. Call 800-957-0935 to see how much we can help your credit score no matter how bad it is. Call now, 800-957-0935. That's 800-957-0935.
Hey Mom, how'd you like to forget having to work like crazy just to make someone else rich? Earn great money from home so you can have the freedom to be the mom you want to be.
I'm a single mom, and when I found this opportunity, I was able to make $1,200 part-time my first month, fire my boss, and now work from home full-time around my kids.
Get free information from the Moms Business Network today. Just go to income10.com to learn how. That's income10.com. You can start earning great money as soon as next week. Income10.com.
Get the IRS off your back now with one phone call. Talk to a live professional tax relief agent and stop worrying about your tax problems. Wall & Associates offers free face-to-face consultations. Our average client settles for about 10% of their tax debt. Wall & Associates has settled thousands of cases for a small fraction of what was owed. Call 800-579-5740. 800-579-5740. 800-579-5740. Not a solicitation for legal services.
Best trained, best educated, best equipped, best prepared.
Connecting you to politics, solving social issues, and giving you access to the community. It's Derrick Boazman.
Too much truth.
You can't handle the truth.
We're the voice of the community. News and Talk 1380, WAOK, Atlanta.
Peace. My name is Tairu Big Nail Obuya, and you're listening to Too Much Truth with Derrick Boazman on News Talk 1380 WAOK.
Call us at 404-892-2703 on News and Talk 1380, WAOK.
This is Danny Glover, and you are listening to Too Much Truth with Derrick Boazman on News and Talk 1380 WAOK.
Too much truth. Too much truth.
6 minutes, 6 minutes, 6 minutes, they get pressure on. Is it real?
All right, welcome back to News and Talk 1380 WAOK. The voice of the community, 448-922-2703, 448-922-2703. It is a Chamber of Commerce Day. You cannot pay to have weather better than this. I have on a short sleeve shirt, and I had my coat on. I threw it back in the house before I came out. I may regret that a little bit later on, 3 hours from now. But it was about 58 degrees. It's a beautiful day out there. I just went and sit outside today. You know, sometimes you just have to sit out in the good fresh air and just absorb it all, take it all in. 448-922-2703. What a weekend. I don't know what you did this weekend and went to church. Stopped by my good friend, Reverend Timothy McDonald's church over at First High Home. They was having their Black History program, little children just singing their little hearts out. They had their crew getting them ready for Let Us Make Man. I went from there to Christ the Lord Church, where the Reverend Earl Carruthers is the pastor, and I was there with them on yesterday. And I don't know where else I went. After that, I was just dizzy. It was tiresome. I had a long weekend. Was with my good friend Judge Penny Brown Reynolds on Saturday. What a wonderful group, powerful group they had at the Atlanta Metropolitan State College and Empowerment, the Women Empowerment. So good to see so many of y'all. I was tired, but y'all was just loving on me and hugging, taking pictures. We were doing all of that. And so I just stayed and hugged and took pictures and smiled all the way through. And Let Us Make Man is in the streets. If you have not already registered, let me tell y'all what, because y'all going to try to jam our system up on, the last couple weeks. I know how it goes. It always does. You go ahead and pre-register, because what we do, we expect a capacity crowd for Let Us Make Man, and it all happens on Saturday, April 2nd. Everybody I bump into say they're coming, so, I'm already getting nervous, because there's a capacity, there's a finite number of people that we can actually have at the conference, and that's somewhere near 3,000, maybe a little bit more. And so if your church has not already done so, I want you to call your pastor now and tell him, Pastor, we need to fill out our paperwork so that we can make sure we're in the house. Because as you fill your paperwork out, we are assigning you to the various classes. Once the classes fill up, the value of doing it early is you can ensure that you can get in the class that you want to be in. And I know everybody going to want to be in my community organizing class, but I only have like 160 slots per session. So that's going to only be roughly about 180 people, 380, maybe about ready 400 people who can get in the thing of those 4,000. So y'all need to go and sign up for that and be there. It all happens on Saturday, April 2nd. Doors open at 7 o'clock. Program starts at 9. Get there early to get your seat, because it's going to fill up and we're going to have a spillover room. But we're super excited about that. So go ahead and get that done. 448-922-2703. I'm just, I don't know anybody who is a Republican that can be proud of these bozos that they have out here running for office. Did you hear these people over the weekend? You had Donald Trump calling Rubio this little bitty fella. Then Rubio started talking about how small Donald Trump's hands is, and you know what small hand means. I don't know what small hand means. What, somebody tell me. Well, Lacey started laughing. I've never heard that. The small hand, what did that mean? And so they talking about, it's just the craziest thing you've ever seen. And then you listen to their commercial. They got some of the best commercials because they call each other crooks. And I'm like, he said, look, it's Rubio called Donald Trump, he nothing but a con artist. I mean, I've never seen a campaign quite like the one that we have going here. 448-922-2703. Well, it seems like black people is bailing Clinton out. In South Carolina, she had a 76-26, whatever it was, win over. But is that him calling the man the little bitty hands? And I don't know. How do you get to? I mean, this is a dignified president of the United States, and he talking about his hands, and I'm waiting for him to talk about his mama, before it's over. And then you got all of they spend a lot of money on TV. Thank God I turned the channel. All the Republicans on about all the time. Getting ready for Super Tuesday, which is day after tomorrow. Have y'all early voted? Because I forgot I didn't early vote. So I'm going to go out there and be in line. But I'm going to get there early. I'm going to get there at 6:45 for the polls open at 7. Try to get mine over in case there's lines. Because I am going to vote. I won't miss the opportunity to support Bernie Sanders. Wouldn't miss it. 448-922-7034. But one of the things you can say, that all of them have, talking black now, even Rubio. Is he talking about alternative? Is he talking about Trump now? Talking about his little bit of feet, a little bit of hands.
Looks like a little boy on stage, not presidential material. He meant to say lightweight, but he spelled it E-L-E-I-G-H-T, so he got that wrong. Looks like a little boy on stage. It's not that I look like a little boy. I wouldn't even be the youngest president, but he would be the oldest president ever elected, and it's like an 8-year term, so you start to worry. So how does this guy, not in one tweet, 3 tweets, misspell words so badly? And I only reached 2 conclusions. Number 1, that's how they spell those words at the Wharton School of Business, where he went. Or number 2, just like Trump Tower, he must have hired a foreign worker to do his own tweets. Guys, we have a con artist as the front runner in the Republican Party. A guy who has made a career out of telling people lies so that they come in and buy his product or whatever he does. You ever heard of Trump vodka? You have? Well, it doesn't around anymore. Or a Trump mattress, or Trump air, or Trump ice, or Trump water. Those are all businesses that are gone because they were disasters. Okay? Trump hot air, yeah. So we cannot allow the conservative movement to be taken over by a con artist because the stakes are too high.
All right, that's just a little bit of Rubio. How do I want to ask this? Is this the most undignified group of people running? We'll play you a little bit of what Trump said about him. That was just a little bit of what I don't know if I was looking at a stomp speech off a political campaign of Def Comedy Jam. I don't know what it was. Because Rubio had some good stuff too. His little hands and everything. About what in the world is going on with the part of Lincoln? Well, they're not the part of Lincoln. What's going on with the Republicans on their side of the equation? 448-922-2703. And do you think this just brings low even if any of them might have any possibility of being the president? It just cheapens the office that you're running for. They give such cheap kind of commentary. We'll be back in a moment. Don't go to places. Too Much Truth with Derrick Boazman on News and Talk 1380 WAOK.
Hi, my name is Michelle, and you're listening to Too Much Truth with Derrick Boazman on News and Talk 1380 WAOK.
Call us at 404-892-2703 on News and Talk 1380 WAOK.
This is an important medical alert for anyone suffering from back or knee pain. If you or a loved one suffers from back or knee pain and have Medicare as your primary insurance, relief is now a phone call away. If you have Medicare, you may immediately qualify to receive your back or knee brace at little or no cost. We also have braces available for shoulders, ankles, and wrists. The call is free and there is no obligation. Call pain management specialists at 888-302-3308. That's 888-302-3308.
Problem on the southbound connector at William Street. Looks like everything off to the right, but everybody's looking at it, so you're slow from before Lenox on 400 and slow on 85 inside the perimeter due to that same event from before the 400 merge. West side perimeter creeping before 75 all the way down to I-20. Incident continues to clear on the ramp to 20 westbound there on the west side. Well, treat yourself to the new rotisserie-style chicken sandwich from Subway. Made with tender, hand-pulled, all-white meat chicken. Raised without antibiotics. Try it with American cheese and honey mustard sauce with your choice of vegetables on freshly baked bread. The Subway Sandwich Shop. Fresh is what they do. News and Talk 1380 WAOK.
When you were looking for funeral...
Individuals and businesses with tax problems, listen carefully. If you owe over $10,000 in back taxes or have unfiled tax returns, U.S. Tax Shield can help you take back control. The IRS can seize your bank accounts, garnish your paycheck, close your business, and file criminal charges. Our team of tax attorneys can stop collections and get you protected. U.S. Tax Shield offers a price protection guaranteed quote to get you protected today. U.S. Tax Shield is A+ rated with the BBB, so call 800-476-0793. U.S. Tax Shield, 800-476-0793.
Are you tired of commuting to a job that makes someone else rich, working harder than ever, but getting nowhere? At Be the Boss Network, you'll find hundreds of work-from-home opportunities that you can literally start today and be earning money as soon as next week. Go to freedom155.com. That's freedom, the number 155.com. Go to freedom155.com and start earning money as soon as next week. Go to freedom155.com right now and change your life today.
CBS Sundays. Critics call Madam Secretary riveting.
I'm the Secretary of State, and you speak to me with the respect that that office demands.
Spectacular.
Are you really willing to stake your whole career on this program?
Your frustration is duly noted, but this is what we're doing, so get on board.
It gets 4 stars.
I need you to trust me.
Taya Leone storms the halls of power.
I put myself in harm's way to ensure the safety of our country. I would do it again.
Madam Secretary, CBS Sundays.
Have you ever been turned down because of bad credit? Don't let your dreams disappear. Just call us at Parkview Credit today and see how much we can help boost your credit score. We've helped thousands repair their credit so they can finally start qualifying for the purchases they've been dreaming about. Stop being held back from getting the things you want. Call 800-957-0935 to see how much we can help your credit score no matter how bad it is. Call now. 800-957-0935. That's 800-957-0935.
If you have hard water, the lime scale not only leaves white spots, it clogs pipes and breaks down appliances, costing you hundreds of dollars in energy and wear. Eliminate lime scale and other water issues like brown staining and bad odors with HydroCare water products available from Wave Home Solutions. Wave's affordable water systems don't use salts or chemicals. You'll love the way your water tastes, smells, and looks. Satisfaction guaranteed. For more information, go to goodwater411.com. That's goodwater411.com.
News, on-demand shows, and is the destination for CBS events and concerts.
The granny goes too.
Music, news, sports, and interactive content.
Radio.com.
This is an important medical alert for anyone suffering from back or knee pain. If you or a loved one suffers from back or knee pain and have Medicare as your primary insurance, relief is now a phone call away. If you have Medicare, you may immediately qualify to receive your back or knee brace at little or no cost. We also have braces available for shoulders, ankles, and wrists. The call is free and there is no obligation. Call Pain Management Specialists at 888-302-3308. That's 888-302-3308.
Listen up, America. The price of life insurance has gone down 60% over the last 15 years. Many Americans know they need it, and some that have life insurance know they don't have enough. How would your family get by without you? Find out how easy it is to protect the ones you love. The quote is free and there are no obligations. Call Listen Up America now, 1-800-671-2632. 1-800-671-2632. That's 1-800-671-2632. 1-800-671-2632.
This is the sound of a University of Phoenix student earning a business degree. What you don't hear is the University of Phoenix student studying in between shifts, in his 2-bedroom apartment, while his children sleep. What you don't hear is this student defying the odds to succeed. Shouldn't that student be the candidate you take a longer look at? University of Phoenix. We rise. Learn more at phoenix.edu.
Hi, I just need an oil change and a checkup.
This is Ford Service. We're the specialist. Our oil change comes with a tire rotation and more.
Click this ad and get the works at your Ford dealer for $39.95 or less with a $10 rebate by mail, making it just $29.95. Up to 5 quarts oil, taxes, diesel, and disposal fees extra. Rebate by prepaid debit card. See your participating Ford dealer for exclusions and rebate details through 3/31/16.
When your Ford needs service, you need the specialist.
News and Talk 1380, WAOK.
Too much truth.
Listening to your show, man, would know half of the knowledge that you've been giving out in your show. And I just want to take my hat off, man. You had me laughing a while ago. It's just been a blessing listening to you.
It's Derrick Boazman on News and Talk 1380, WAOK.
Too much truth.
Call us at 404-892-2703 on News and Talk 1380, WAOK.
All right, welcome back to News and Talk 1380 WAOK. Do we have any more of Rubio or Trump? We need to find some more. I'm just trying to figure out what kind of party is this. You know, they talk about the party of family values, but they didn't talk about each other's mamas and children and little hands and little folks and con man and criminal. And then on top of that, what the other boy in the race, Cruz, say that, reason that Trump won't release his income tax. Now, that's one of the first that's an old political trick. Yeah, when I was running for president of city council, they released your tax return, no problem, whatever. And because I want y'all to see I work for the people. Ain't no big-time conglomeration backing me. And so long story short, he said, Cruz said Donald Trump can't do that because the mob, he got all this money from the mob. I mean, it's just below the dignity, I think, but I love it. It's just like a pig in slop over there at the Republican Party. Let's go to Phyllis over in Jonesboro. Phyllis, how are you?
I'm doing great. How about you?
Oh, Phyllis, I woke up this morning and was able to stand up on 2 legs that can hold me. What can I complain about?
That you are absolutely right, and so did I. I have nothing to complain about.
Now, what do you make of all of this? Have you been keeping up with this stuff over the weekend?
No, I have not, and I do apologize that I was trying to ask your assistant. I apologize. I didn't know what the topic of the day was, and so I do apologize that this is not a political question. And maybe you can just take me off the air if you need to.
Yeah, what you're going to have to do is, here's the thing. When you have stuff that's not related to what we talk about, you got to email me at db1380@gmail.com. db1380@gmail.com. Email me because I get way too many. And so in order to read whatever going on with you, I have to do that, and then I'll respond to it. Let's go to Charles up in D.C. Charles?
Hey, what's up, Derrick? How are you, sir?
Oh, doing great, Charles. How are you doing?
I'm doing very well.
Did you know that you supporting a con artist? You supporting a man who get his money from the mob, and he got little bitty hands. What in the hell going on with your party?
Well, here's the issue. You have a party in disarray.
Yes.
You have a civil war going on. But here's the more important issue. All right. Trump has attacked the establishment. He's attacked the establishment candidates. He shined the light on Bush on 9/11, the 28-page report. Hold on.
But Charles, he's not going to be able to win like that, though.
Okay, but
he's not going to win. You can't isolate everybody, and you can't pee on everybody, and then think you're going to be able to pull this party back together. Do you see any way that him and Rubio or Cruz, even if they try to put on the mask like they like each other after one is no longer there, after I done told you, look, your business is a mob control, I done talked about you personally, I don't see how that problem. The Bushes ain't going to deal with him.
Well,
how do he bring enough people back under the umbrella to win if he's the nominee?
But let me just show you this. I mean, you also got the ADL attacking the guy, right? And they came out when he said that he's going to audit the Fed. So what this shows us, Derrick, is that there is a major pushback from the establishment, from the people who are in control and who are the people who are used to controlling the politicians. Now, fortunately, they can spend all this money that they want to, and the voters are responding, and the voters are pushing back on that.
But here's the thing. As you know, the primaries are only a snapshot for the general. And I'm saying you cannot have this segments within your own party angry at you. And you cannot also purposefully try to anger them and then think you can pull them back together before November to win. Now, you can win the primary, but this ain't about winning the primaries. This is about winning the election.
Well, let me tell you this.
Okay.
Hillary Clinton is no match for Trump. Hillary Clinton is very likely to get indicted. And I'm going to tell you how bad this thing
now,
is.
You know that ain't going to happen. You know that's not going to happen. That's some Republican rhetoric.
I'm telling you right now, you have no idea. This thing is deep.
Okay. It ain't that deep.
Let me tell you how deep it is.
Yeah, okay.
They are getting Mitt Romney ready to run when Trump sweeps tomorrow. That's how deep this is. These folks are plotting his assassination. And I just got to say, man, whenever you have the same people who plot against Minister Farrakhan, those same people plot against Trump, you know that the fix is in.
Man, come on. You think they're going to let you slide that body? Ain't nobody studying Trump. Nobody concerned about him.
All right. We'll see what happens tomorrow, Derrick.
All right.
On Wednesday, you'll see.
No. Now, he'll win, but again, you cannot alienate that many people. Can't alienate that many people. You will win. He could very well win the primary season, but you can't have that many people angry at you because of what you said, and then think that become November, you can ask the Bushes, well, I was just playing when I said you were responsible for the bombings of 9/11, that you did nothing. So the Bush cartel and the folks who like them are going to say, no, that gulf is too big for us. We'll sit it out. We'll stay at home. Ted Cruz done said you're a mafioso. He done compared you to the consigliere. And so I don't know how but I'm loving it, It's just like you're changing the seat on the Titanic. Don't stop the Titanic from. You could upgrade to the big cabin, but it didn't stop the ship from sinking. I mean, I'm sure while people were jumping off, there were people who owned the cheap seats on the boat trying to get a better view. But they went down with the ship, too. 448-922-2703. Don't go into place. Stick and stay. How did they correct what is going on over there? And, I got to ask y'all, did y'all watch the Oscars last night? Because, we were supposed to be boycotting. Now the black people were. We were supposed to be boycotting. And so I need to know if y'all watch it. Tell me what happened. Because I didn't even know that we watched the Oscars anyway. Because, 90% of them movies we never heard of. 90% of them like they never made it to the movie house. And who wanted to know, the best cinematography in a short foreign film? Who's concerned about that? And the Oscar goes to, who cares? 448-922-2703. We'll be back. It's Too Much Truth with Derrick Boazman on News and Talk 1380 WAOK.
Hi, my name is Judge Penny Brown Reynolds, and you're listening to Too Much Truth with Derrick Boazman on News and Talk 1380 WAOK.
All right. You're going to learn today.
Breaking news, sports, weather, and traffic. We're live from the WAOK newsroom on News and Talk 1380 WAOK.
Good afternoon, Atlanta. 71 degrees in Grant Park. I'm Larisha Harris, and here's what's happening.
Our audiences are global and rich in diversity, and every facet of our industry should be as well.
President of the Academy of Motion Pictures, Arts, and Sciences, Shirabun Isaacs, addressing the issue of diversity at the Academy Awards.
Everyone in the Hollywood community has a role to play in bringing about the vital changes the industry needs so that we can accurately reflect the world today.
Isaac says it's not enough to just listen and agree, but that everyone needs to speak up and take action. Oscar host Chris Rock wasted no time addressing the same elephant in the room during his opening monologue. He said the Oscars were always racist, but people in the past were too busy to protest it. Well, today is February 29th. Happy Leap Day. Surrounded in history and superstition, February 29th only comes once every 4 years. According to sources, the chances of having a birthday on a leap day are about 1 in 1,461. If you have a birthday today, a few chances for free treats. You can get a free cookie at the Great American Cookie Company, a free dessert sampler at Olive Garden, and or a free personal pan pizza at Pizza Hut. You must have your ID with you for all three of these birthday deals. On the way in WAOK News, a lot is happening in DeKalb County, including an effort to rid the county of its black leadership in commission.
It's a blatant attempt just to take over the county. Everybody knows that DeKalb County is predominantly Democratic, predominantly African-American, and we're probably the most bluest county in the state of Georgia. Sure.
Senate Bill 378. What this bill is and how it affects African-American voter strength. That's coming up next. Over into sports now.
I'm Mike Conti. The Hawks closed down their 5-game homestand Sunday with an important victory.
2 seconds to go in the quarter. Now they get it up to Tim Hardaway. Midcourt fires and hits. Tim Hardaway, a three-pointer from midcourt.
Steve Holman on 92.9 the game as the Hawks beat the Hornets 87-76 to stay 2 games above the playoff line. Kent Bazemore had 14 points, and Al Horford had his 200th career double-double. Now it's a 2-week road trip starting tomorrow at Golden State. I'm Mike Conti on News and Talk 1380 WAOK.
Thanks, Mike. Let's check that weather now as we head into the evening. Partly cloudy with a low around 49. 70 degrees right now in Piedmont Park. For News and Talk 1380 WAOK, I'm Larisha Harris. How's that commute?
Welcome the Republican candidates.
Traffic this time. Going to focus on Cobb and DeKalb counties. Right now in Cobb County, Marietta Parkway. This is going to be Cobb Parkway, actually. Right at where the two come together, we have an accident working. Watch for delays there of about 10 minutes. Also, accident clear 285 east at Ashford Dunwoody Road. Still very heavy from Glenridge, even a little bit west of there. Also, looks like 2 lanes still blocked on 285 southbound, right at I-20, the west side perimeter. 2 right lanes blocked, as well a crash on the ramp to 20 westbound, feeding that very slow ride. I'm Charlie Sill. News and Talk 1380 WAOK.
Does your basement or crawl space have damp, musty odors? Do you worry about indoor gases and pollutants? Everyday living generates moisture that can nourish mold and odors, even asthmatic triggers. Indoor pollutants linked to respiratory ailments, birth defects, and cancers can become trapped in your home. You can't buy health, but you can buy Wave's moisture control and air quality products. Wave Home Solutions. For a dry, healthy home. Satisfaction guaranteed. Go to goodairtoday.com. That's goodairtoday.com.
Be wise. Be ready. Wise Food Stores provides ready-made gourmet meals with an amazing 25-year shelf life. Just add water and your family is eating delicious gourmet food. Why waste your next emergency on an empty stomach? Call today at 855-401-0959. That's 855-401-0959 to order or request a free sample. Be wise. Be ready.
Do you owe the IRS money? Has the IRS garnished your wages or put a lien against your house? The IRS has the power to make you pay back what they claim you owe and will stop at nothing to collect. There is a solution. Call Signature Tax now. Speak with our professionals and feel the weight of your tax burden lifted from your shoulders. Call now for your free and confidential analysis. 800-349-9770. Again, that's 800-349-9770. 800-349-9770.
Are you tired of commuting to a job that makes someone else rich, working harder than ever, but getting nowhere? At Be the Boss Network, you'll find hundreds of work-from-home opportunities that you can literally start today and be earning money as soon as next week. Go to freedom155.com. That's freedom, the number 155.com. Go to freedom155.com and start earning money as soon as next week. Go to freedom155.com right now and change your life today.
Listen up, America. The price of life insurance has gone down 60% over the last 15 years. Many Americans know they need it, and some that have life insurance know they don't have enough. How would your family get by without you? Find out how easy it is to protect the ones you love. The quote is free and there are no obligations. Call Listen Up America now, 1-800-671-2632. 1-800-671-2632. That's 1-800-671-2632. 1-800-671-2632.
Mondays on CBS.
It's incredible!
It's not a bird. It's not a plane. It's not a man.
Who is Supergirl?
Supergirl? Supergirl.
You're her.
Pretty cool, huh?
Callista Flockhart.
This girl is the answer.
And Melissa Benoist.
Earth doesn't have just one hero anymore. Now it has me.
Don't miss the new drama, Supergirl. Mondays, only CBS.
News and Talk 1380, WAOK.
My name is Ray Muhammad. You're listening to Too Much Truth with Brother Derrick Boazman on News and Talk 1380, WAOK.
Four 892-2703. Coming up around 5 o'clock, we have Commissioner Emma Darnell coming in, tell us what's happening in District 6 and what is happening with the legislative session as it relates to Fulton County. But right now, I got you, 44892-2703, and you got me. And we're asking you, is the party of the Republican Party gone mad? They are talking about each other's kin and relations and talking about who in the mob, and people got short hands, and Trump called the man a little bitty fella, and then Cruz called Trump a mafia boss or something. I'm like, is this the president of the United States? Is this like some high school class, senior class president? I don't know the difference. I can't tell the difference. 44892-2703. And then we ask you, did you watch the Oscars? Now, I watched the monologue. I'm trying to, what did y'all think about Chris Rock? I mean, he pushed the envelope real hard. But I guess in his way of trying to achieve balance, he just threw black people on the bus, Jada and them too. Talked about everybody. People were offended. But, on par, I guess he did what he, was paid to do, to come in there and handle that business. Let's go to Lou in Atlanta. Lou?
How you doing, bro?
I'm doing good. Lou, how are you doing?
All right. Well, first of all, Chris Rock was on the contract.
Mm-hmm.
And you know about that. See?
Mm-hmm.
You got a contract. You live to your contract.
Well, what does that mean, though?
Well, no. Well, you signed the contract. You're going to do your job.
Yeah, no, I don't think it was an issue of him doing the job. Chris Rock made it very clear he was going. I'm simply saying, and you can tell they did not write that for him. He wrote that himself.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, and so what do you make of what he said?
Oh, well, man, what he said was, it was good.
Okay.
Well, as I was concerned, he stepped on everybody's toes.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's right.
Yeah, he hit everybody in the paint.
I mean, he put it out there, and y'all deal with it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? But that ain't what I called you for today.
All right, what you called me for today?
I need some of your wisdom, brother.
Okay, let me see what I got for you.
Well, you usually tell us what we need to know.
Okay.
Now, did you read this proposal? I know you. I ain't gonna say I know, but I hope you read it about this thing with the mayor talking about voting yes on this water thing.
Yeah, and I will tell you that's not, but go ahead. The water, that's pretty standard. That's the same 8 cents you've been paying. So this is not nothing new.
It ain't no trick.
Okay, there ain't no trick in this one. And you hearing that from me. Because here's the thing, the improvements that continue to have to be made and have to be paid for. And so in order to do this now $3-4 billion worth of improvement that the city has had to do, every 4 years they have to come back to the taxpayer and ask, can we continue this 1 cent sales tax? In Atlanta, if you buy a stick of bubble gum for $1, you pay what? $1.08.
That's right.
Okay, within that 8 cent is the city has a penny in there, Greater Hospital has a penny in there, state has a penny in there, school board has a penny in there. So in order to get that extra penny on there, you got 5 or 6 different entities that take from that 8 cent. Part of what's in that 8 cent is what we call the municipal option sales tax.
Okay.
Which is a regressive tax. So people who come from Tennessee, they buy gas, they buy a stick of gum, they pay that. People who come from Texas or California, everybody who come and do commerce pay that. That dedicated penny within that 8 cent is paying for the infrastructure improvements in Atlanta. So they're not asking, can we not only have the one that we already have on that for infrastructure, can we add one more to it to make it 109? What they have to do is every 4 years, that 1 cent generates hundreds of millions of dollars that is paying for you to have clean water, updates to the various water treatment facilities, sewer, combined sewer overflow elimination. So that's what that's for. It has been in place now for quite a bit of time, and it is used to pay for this $3-4 billion infrastructure improvement. So I'm going to vote for it, and I don't like any tax, because if you don't vote for it, then they got to get the money from somewhere, and the only place they can get the money is go up on your water bill, and the city council can vote on that without you having any word in it or whatever, but because they got to pay for the improvements.
Well, that's a penny, hey.
Yeah.
That's what I want to call you on that.
Yep, that's how that's going to work.
Let me ask you something else.
Okay.
Hey, what about that $350 million they took from the water thing? Did they get that money back to the people yet?
What do you mean?
Whatever $300 million you said they took out the water that they've been overcharging for this water.
I don't remember saying.
It was under Shirley Franklin.
Let me tell you this. They done wasted a whole lot of money in this program.
That money disappeared, though. You talked about that.
I don't remember saying that, though. But, the bottom line is this is a very expensive. It's a very expensive proposition. And if you ask me, can they account for every dollar of it? No. We don't have water meter. I'm telling you, it's just huge. But bottom line is they don't have water meters missing. They don't had a backhoe disappear. They don't had quite a bit of stuff. It's more than $300,000 worth that come up missing.
Oh, they said $300,000, $300 million, man. I ain't talking about that.
Well, I don't know what you're talking about.
No, was it $300,000? I think $300,000. I'm sorry, $300,000.
So I don't know what that is. I may have mentioned something that was in the news at the time. But this penny is not going to hurt you one way or the other. And if you don't support it, then you end up ultimately having to pay it out of taxpayers' money.
Well, it's a tax anyway, but so the penny is a penny on every time you spend a dollar.
But I'm saying it's not a new penny. It's a penny that you're already paying.
But you said it'd be a 9 cent, didn't you?
No.
I
I'm saying
misunderstood you then.
every 4 years they have to come back and ask you for that same penny. So no, it's not an additional penny.
Okay,
It's
still 8
gonna-
cents per
Exactly. But what
no
the
problem
law
with that.
says is that every 4 years you got to go back to the taxpayer and ask them, can you continue to levy that particular penny?
That's no problem with that.
Yeah, no, it's not a new one.
Now, as far as the Oscars concerned, if black folks want to protest against Oscars, don't go see no movies.
Yeah. Well, they can do one better than that. They can get them at the Fisher Supreme. I be good. Yeah, you just to get them at. You got you just get your movie at the Fisher Supreme when you get your 2-piece hush puppy, with your fries. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Don't act like you don't know what I'm talking about. 448-922-2703. Don't go to play. Stick and stay with us. It's Too Much Truth with Derrick Boazman. On News and Talk. Did you watch the Oscar? I watched the monologue. I cringed a little bit. I'm like, why had they talk about Jada and them like that? Will in that movie, Wild Wild West with him. But when he went to talk about, we were too busy protesting other stuff because your grandmama had been lynched. I said, woo. They got to invite him back next year just to say they ain't scared. So I hope he got a big contract from him. Multi-million dollars. But when we come back, we'll have to tell you the ratings plummeted. You can say what you want according to everybody else. The numbers for the 88th Oscar are in, and the winner is not NBC. We'll tell you about that when we come back. It's News and Talk 1380 WAOK.
Hi, my name is Lloyd Brown, and you're listening to Too Much Truth with Derrick Boazman on News and Talk 1380 WAOK.
You want answers? I want the truth! You can't handle the truth!
This is the sound of a University of Phoenix student earning a master's degree. What you don't hear is the courage it took to put goodness on hold for greatness, the sacrifice it took to substitute hobbies for homework, and the fight it took to keep going when settling seemed easy. You don't hear the kids that need attention, the boss that needs reports, the pressure that shapes this student into a success. So next time you look at a University of Phoenix degree, know, it's not as simple as it sounds. And that's why we rise. University of Phoenix. Learn more at phoenix.edu.
Hi, I just need an oil change and a checkup.
This is Ford Service. We're the specialist. Our oil change comes with a tire rotation and more.
Click this ad and get the works at your Ford dealer for $39.95 or less with a $10 rebate by mail, making it just $29.95. Up to 5 quarts oil, taxes, diesel, and disposal fees extra. Rebate by prepaid debit card. See your participating Ford dealer for exclusions and rebate details through 3/31/16.
When your Ford needs service, you need the specialist.
Traffic is time brought to us by Subway. Continuing into Cobb County, an incident cleared on the top-end perimeter, 285 eastbound at Ashford Dunwoody Road. Still some activity off to the right. Also on the west side, an off-ramp continues to be blocked. This is on 285 south transitioning to 20 west. A nemesis of a ride continues back before Interstate 75. Also, looking at the downtown connector northbound, looks like an incident here near North Avenue. Continues to slow back to I-20. Takes about 10 to get through that. Treat yourself to the new rotisserie-style chicken sandwich from Subway. Made with tender, hand-pulled all-white meat chicken, raised without antibiotics. Try it with American cheese and honey mustard sauce with your choice of fresh veggies on freshly baked bread. The Subway Sandwich Shop, fresh is what they do. News and Talk 1380 WAOK.
If you want the best technology to protect your home, then choose Alarm.com. Alarm.com is the leading technology provider of smarter home security. Over 2.3 million subscribers trust Alarm.com and its authorized dealers to protect their homes and families every day. Alarm.com's dedicated connection to your home is more secure and reliable than traditional systems. Their technology offers unique proactive safeguards so your home responds automatically in an emergency to keep you and your loved ones safe. Learn more about the benefits of smarter home security. Visit alarm.com/radio today.
Have you ever been turned down because of bad credit? Don't let your dreams disappear. Just call us at Parkview Credit today and see how much we can help boost your credit score. We've helped thousands repair their credit so they can finally start qualifying for the purchases they've been dreaming about. Stop being held back from getting the things you want. Call 800-957-0935 to see how much we can help your credit score no matter how bad it is. Call now. 800-957-0935. That's 800-957-0935.
If you have hard water, the lime scale not only leaves white spots, it clogs pipes and breaks down appliances, costing you hundreds of dollars in energy and wear. Eliminate lime scale and other water issues like brown staining and bad odors with HydroCare water products available from Wave Home Solutions. Wave's affordable water systems don't use salts or chemicals. You'll love the way your water tastes, smells, and looks. Satisfaction guaranteed. For more information, go to goodwater411.com. That's goodwater411.com.
Have you thought about getting new floors for your home? Well, for a limited time, you could get 60% off select styles of carpet and flooring from Empire today. Get select styles of carpet, hardwood, laminate, and tile for any room and get a whopping 60% off. Choose from quality name brands right from your home. Don't miss Empire's incredible 60% off sale. Schedule a free in-home estimate now by calling 1-800, that's 800-815-6024. That's 800-815-6024. Product only. Select styles. Excludes installation, padding, and materials. Ends 2/28/16. Details and licensure information available at EmpireToday.com.
This week in music history. This week in 1955, Elvis Presley made his TV debut. This week in 1959, the winners of the first Grammy Awards were announced. The Four Seasons became the first group to have 3 consecutive number ones in the U.S. this week in 1963. This week in 1966, John Lennon's statement that the Beatles were more popular than Jesus Christ was published in London.
Great marketing techniques that cost less than a cup of coffee? They exist, and you may be surprised at how effective they can be. See them now at CBS Small Business Pulse, powered by the world-class news and information resources of CBS and created in partnership with Office Depot Office Max. The CBS Small Business Pulse gives you the tips, insights, and inspiration you need to help your small business grow. Visit cbspulse.com right now. That's cbspulse.com.
My name is Doug from Dunwoody, and you are listening to Too Much Truth with Derrick Boazman on News and Talk 1380 WAOK.
Georgia, Georgia, Georgia. We on the grind, Georgia, all the time. It ain't nothing on my mind, but Georgia, we ain't playing with you. We on the grind, Georgia, all the time. It ain't nothing on my mind.
All right. Welcome back to News and Talk 1380 WAOK. Tomorrow is Super Tuesday, the big day when states all across the South will get ready to cast their votes or caucus of primary for Republicans and Democrats. And tomorrow is the big game. After tomorrow, pretty much, if you're not still in the running, it's time for you to go. But we've been watching with quite a bit of interest. And this Republican side, and they done pretty much drug this thing pretty low. But let's go to Leroy in Detroit and ask, Leroy, what is your observation? What's on your mind today?
Well, first of all, Derrick, thanks for taking my call. I very much appreciate it. First thing we got to remember is that this race right now, as it stands right now today, is the Democrats to lose, okay? Mm-hmm. And they can lose, even though the Republicans are really showing a bad side of themselves, because of one thing. Women are 54% of the electorate. However, white women, okay, which is the majority, is not loyal necessarily to the Democratic Party. And we saw that in affirmative action. When they pulled affirmative action, although white women benefited the most, they said the least, okay? So, having said that, what the Democrats have to understand, and the president holds the key in his hand right now with the Supreme Court nomination, they have to be middle of the road, okay? If he plays it middle of the road, so you don't lose the white women's swing vote, you know that they, as we said, the majority, 54% of the electorate, but you don't want to lose their swing vote, okay? So you can't afford to appear to be too liberal or too conservative. You got to play the middle. Now, having said that much, the other part we got to remember is, even though Trump got it almost in the bag, he almost got it in the bag, okay, they don't really like him. He's not part of the establishment, okay? So, but that don't mean nothing when it comes down to Hillary and Trump. We got to keep the main thing. We want the Democrats to win, because if they do, If they play this thing right, they'll pick up the presidency. They'll pick up 3 more Supreme Court nominations. Okay. But the key is this Supreme Court nomination that they got now. Okay. He has the pick, in my view, and this is just me talking. Mm-hmm. He has the pick, in my view, someone like this Jane Louise Kelly. Okay. It's a woman. She's Irish. And you have to make it so, this one guy said if it was his daughter running, he wouldn't vote. One senator said, well, if it was me, I would make it his daughter, and he would be ashamed to go home to look his daughter and his wife and his nieces and nephews in the face. And they'd all turn against him. The tide could turn against them, and that's what you want to do for this election. You want to turn the tide against the Republicans. And if you turn the tide against them, that'll take them back to ground zero, just like they did with Reagan. This big lie about Reagan was this way. The only reason why Reagan won was because of affirmative action was putting black people in places that people hadn't seen us before, and they really wasn't ready for us. Okay, so that's what got Reagan in office. Okay, and he got the swing vote. When we could turn the tide against them, where it could break the Republican Party down to ground zero, and that's what you want to do, because we can't afford no more Scalias. We can't afford no more of this divisiveness that Trump will bring in.
Well, and I think part of it is that part of the political process is this. To me, this has been the worst field of candidates on either side, because you have a Hillary that would have been had it not been for Sanders. There's been a coronation, and one thing we know for sure, if you look at Atlanta, she has had to develop a sense of blackness that is irrefutable. She ain't going to be able to back up from the statements she's made or to back up from some of the things she's said. And one of the things I will say is, unlike any other election on either side of this, black people are controlling the politics. Because here's the thing, if Donald Trump or any of the Republicans, as I said last week, could eke out 15 to 20% of black votes, they're shoo-in.
Right.
A shoo-in. Right. And so, and the same thing, if Hillary cannot make the black vote rise, to get it to the level of Obama is going to be almost impossible, where you had 96% of the people voting. But that's what she's going to need to do. I don't know if she can do that, because people have a real issue with her, unlike Bill. And maybe that may be gender, maybe just her negative is so high that she got a lot of bridge building, and it ain't going to be just about doing it by surrogates like what they doing here in Atlanta, just telling Mayor Reed, who has his own issues with the electorate, that vote for Hillary. You're going to have to come up with something better than that, because we ain't going to follow what he say.
Absolutely.
But so anyway, man, we'll listen and look, but tomorrow going to be very interesting. We're going to chop it all up. Appreciate your call, Leroy, over in Detroit. 448-922-2703. We're going to see what happens I'm going to bring in a bad panel on Wednesday. I won't announce them yet. We bring some of the political heavyweights in here so we can chop up what happened during the election. 448-922-2703. That gets you inside the conversation. 448-922-2703. President Ben Mom, he ain't going to do too much. We'll see how he approached this Supreme Court nominee issue. I mean, because what good would it do if he just going to appoint a Republican? Why not just, if that's what the best you can give us, and then let's just wait, let the real Republican appoint him. If the best you can give us is just another, conservative right-winger, which some is suggesting that he might do. Why bother? 448-922-2703. Get you inside the conversation. 448-922-2703. But I was telling you about the ratings on the Oscars. According to this, what I'm reading, that the Chris Rock hosted event seemed to have everything going for it. Tons of controversy and an unpredictable host, box office hits, and even the vice president with Lady Gaga. Lady Gaga just really did a phenomenal. She is really just stretching herself as an artist. But they said that the Nielsen report clocked with a 23.4 of 36 in a meter market, 23 share, which is the lowest in a very, very long time. For instance, the 2014 Ellen DeGeneres hosted Oscars saw 43.7 million, and last night just 34 million. That's a lot. That's a big difference. And TV, the million viewers, that's a big difference. So y'all can say what y'all want. Maybe Reverend Al and Jada Pinkett Smith and Will and them had an impact. I know y'all won't never give them credit for it, but they said they didn't watch it, so I went and asked who watching it. And some of y'all wouldn't. I was trying to get me some crab leg from Kroger, but they went on sale. They were still $44 a box. The same one would be $19.99 the box. That's when I pick them up. They $24 a box. I think at the most they'd be like $22. But I went to my Kroger, they were $44. So we just let them sit right down the ice. And when they go down later on this week, so when somebody called me when the crab leg go on sale at Kroger, when they go on to $22 a box, so I can go get them. Because at 44, I'm going to leave them sitting up in there. All right, when we come back, we'll talk to Commissioner Emma Darnell. So much more show for you all. Keep it locked and loaded right here to News and Talk 1380 WAOK.
Call us at 404-892-2703 on News and Talk 1380 WAOK. WAOK Atlanta. WVEE HD3. News and Talk 1380 WAOK. Breaking news, sports, weather, and traffic. We're live from the WAOK newsroom on News and Talk 1380 WAOK.
Good evening, Atlanta. 70 degrees on Peachtree Street at 5 o'clock. I'm Larissa Harris, and here's what's happening.
And it was nothing more than ambush politics. There was a bill that was put on the calendar that we heard on the floor that dealt with the redistricting and elimination of the CEO's position in DeKalb County. That bill was carried. I spoke out against it. And if you look at that particular bill, not only did it eliminate the CEO's position, but it also redistricted all of the commission districts in DeKalb County, all 7 of them.
Georgia State Senator Emanuel Jones, as a move is taking place to diminish Democratic representation in DeKalb County. Jones, along with Commissioner Stan Watson and Commissioner Sharon Sutton, spoke with our Rashad Ritchie today regarding Senate Bill 378.
And what he did is place 3 of our African-American county commissioners in the same seat and displaced another one. And he created 4 predominantly African-American seats, so we were all packed into 1, and 3 predominantly white seats in DeKalb County, but yet the white population of DeKalb County is only 29%, but he gave them 40% of the seats.
To hear the full interview and how it directly affects African-American voting power, visit our website at WAOK.com and search for Senate Bill 378. New this evening, 4 teens are hospitalized after a fellow student opened fire at Madison High School in Ohio. Officials with the Butler County Sheriff's Office say the shooting happened earlier today in the school's cafeteria. 2 of the injured students were shot, while it's believed the other 2 victims may have been hit by a shrapnel. The suspect has been identified as a 14-year-old student. The shooter is in custody. Moving to sports, Al Horford had 13 points, 16 rebounds, and 6 assists as the Hawks turned back the Hornets 87-76 at Phillips Arena last night. Kent Bazemore added 14 points for Atlanta, which is 5th in the East at 33-27. The Hawks begin a 5-game road trip tomorrow at Golden State, and Tim Hardaway Jr. says defending the Warriors won't be so easy.
A lot of the stuff they do are random. You really don't see that much when you have 5 guys that can actually all shoot threes and can knock them down at big moments of the game. So you think you're up by 10, you think you're up by 5 if you're in that situation, and then 30 seconds or to a minute later, you're down.
Your WAOK weather report now. Tonight, partly cloudy with a low around 49. 70 degrees on Spring Street. For News and Talk 1380 WAOK, I'm Larissa Harris. How's that traffic?
Well, earlier thing out of the way at southbound 75, 85 at Williams Street. Paying for it, though. 75 begins that slow ride after West Paces Ferry, and it's solid all the way back to about the No Toll Plaza area on 400 southbound, with a little bit of slowing before that as you come inside the perimeter. West side perimeter, incident blocking 2 lanes of traffic right at I-20, affecting the outer loop. 285 southbound, solid all the way back to 75. The better part of 45 minutes for that very heavy ride. I'm Charlie Sill, News and Talk 1380 WAOK.
News
Would you like to make some serious cash flipping houses in the Sacramento area? Well, get ready. The Nick Vertucci Real Estate Academy, as seen on TV, is coming to the Sacramento area to offer free hands-on training workshops. Call 1-800-304-9810 now to get your free tickets. Call in the next 30 minutes and Nick Vertucci, as a bonus, will send you a free copy of his Fortunes in Flipping kit immediately. Call 800-304-9810. That's 800-304-9810 to get your free tickets and learn the Fortunes in Flipping system to get in, get out, and get paid now.
Radio.com presents Launch. Music you should know.
Hey, girl.
Introducing Chris Lane and his new song, Fix.
I got your fix.
Music you should know. For more on Chris Lane, go to radio.com.
If you want the best technology to protect your home, then choose Alarm.com. Alarm.com is the leading technology provider of smarter home security. Over 2.3 million subscribers trust Alarm.com and its authorized dealers to protect their homes and families every day. Alarm.com's dedicated connection to your home is more secure and reliable than traditional systems. Their technology offers unique proactive safeguards so your home responds automatically in an emergency to keep you and your loved ones safe. Learn more about the benefits of smarter home security. Visit alarm.com/radio today.
Are you tired of commuting to a job that makes someone else rich, working harder than ever, but getting nowhere? At Be the Boss Network, you'll find hundreds of work-from-home opportunities that you can literally start today and be earning money as soon as next week. Go to freedom155.com. That's freedom, the number 155.com. Go to freedom155.com and start earning money as soon as next week. Go to freedom155.com right now and change your life today.
CBS Friday on Blue Bloods. New York's first family of cops serves and protects.
Do good work. Come back safe.
For better or worse, we're the ones on the front lines. I'm committed to my job, 100%.
And with each other, they love and respect.
What always comes first?
Family.
That's what the Reagans do.
It's a great day for the criminal justice system.
Cheers to that.
Blue Bloods, CBS Friday, or stream it live or on demand.
Have you ever been turned down because of bad credit? Don't let your dreams disappear. Just call us at Parkview Credit today and see how much we can help boost your credit score. We've helped thousands repair their credit so they can finally start qualifying for the purchases they've been dreaming about. Stop being held back from getting the things you want. Call 800-957-0935 to see how much we can help your credit score no matter how bad it is. Call now, 800-957-0935. That's 800-957-0935.
Listen up, America. The price of life insurance has gone down 60% over the last 15 years. Many Americans know they need it, and some that have life insurance know they don't have enough. How would your family get by without you? Find out how easy it is to protect the ones you love. The quote is free and there are no obligations. Call Listen Up America now, 1-800-671-2632. 1-800-671-2632. That's 1-800-671-2632. 1-800-671-2632.
Do you owe the IRS money? Has the IRS garnished your wages or put a lien against your house? The IRS has the power to make you pay back what they claim you owe and will stop at nothing to collect. There is a solution. Call Signature Tax now. Speak with our professionals and feel the weight of your tax burden lifted from your shoulders. Call now for your free and confidential analysis. 800-349-9770. Again, that's 800-349-9770. 800-349-9770.
Buckle up.
News and Talk 1380, WAOK.
Hey, what's up, everybody? This is your girl, Kiki White, and you're listening to Too Much Truth with Derrick Boazman on News and Talk 1380, WAOK. Okay, honey.
Welcome back to News and Talk 1380 WAOK. We've been talking about the upcoming election. Tomorrow is They call it Super Tuesday, but I tell you, I've been loving the way the Republicans been fighting. They've been calling each other crooks. You know, the stuff that we call them. And that they are. When the man started calling you, look, Trump won't release his tax relief because he get the money from the mob. And now, then the ones say, look, this little bit of short man over here, he looked like a little teenager. Then they turn around and he said, well, he got little small hands. And then, well, this is, you know, you say this is what our presidential politics has been reduced to. Basically trading of barbs, and so it's interesting. So Donald Trump tonight will be down at Valdosta State University. I got a lot of young people on the campus down there, and so we're going to call down there and see what it looked like, because they done told them don't try to protest. I heard that they done put out an edict that there's some kind of federal issue. If you protest, you'd be under some federal, you know, some federal charge. I mean, they tell students anything because they figure students dumb. They don't know no different. But you have the right. That same presidency he's running for is governed by a constitution that says you have a right to redress your government for grievances. And Lord knows, anytime he show up, we ought to have some kind of grievance. But we don't have a grievance with Commissioner Emma Darnell, and she is from the Fulton County Commission, District 6, been doing a lot of good work. Emma, how are you?
I'm doing great, Derrick, and thank you so much for letting me come and share with you this afternoon.
Well, we appreciate you. A lot is happening in the life of Fulton County. You know, anytime the folks are across the street up under the Gold Dome, we call it, we know that, 40 days and 40 nights is what their constitutional mandate speak. But we oftentimes be glad just when they just get out of town, essentially.
Yes, I've tried to be pretty quiet for the last couple of months, but I'm going to hold on for another 2 weeks. And
yes,
then,
ma'am.
If you let me come back, I'm going to tell you what really happened in that dome.
We really do want to know. One of the things that that is very, very clear, and DeKalb is getting the brunt of it, and I know you're here to talk about it, but we're hearing the stuff that they did in Fulton County, political gerrymandering, the stuff that the Voters' Right Act prohibited, but somehow they were able to get around it, and we did not fight hard enough. In DeKalb, they got districts, overlapping districts, 3 black commissioners running, a line drawn so they have to run against each other. The creation of, in the Northern Arc, a larger power base for the white constituents who only represent about 28-30% of the population. I mean, it really do look like we are regressing in that area.
It's no question about it, Derrick. Of course, the lines that were drawn for Fulton County are in clear violation of the Voting Rights Act.
Mm-hmm.
But, of course, you know, at the same time, the Supreme Court struck down that section of Section 5 that would have given the Justice Department an opportunity to review it.
Certainly.
But it's no question about it. When we look at, and we had to do this recently to see what is it that really put the unincorporated area of Fulton County in such a hard financial situation, and we had to conclude it wasn't a recession, it was the redrawing of those lines.
Mm-hmm.
That was a big blow to us, because what it did was it really disenfranchised thousands of people. The only question that I really have about these kind of actions, Derrick, is what's going to be our response?
Yeah.
You know.
Well, that's always,
Yeah,
and that's always how are we going to respond. That's why I always wait, because it's one thing to talk about it. We have, we boast the largest black caucus in the nation.
Yes.
But if they don't stand up and speak with one voice, and then we have some of them who stand up with the governor on certain issues, and I'd be confused, because I'd say everything he has done is antithetical to the progress of our people. So I won't even stand with him to take a picture if we were just, that's just my position. We can be at the World Peace Summit. If he show up, I'm tipping out the side door, because I just can't reconcile smiling on no camera with you. When I tell people all the time, as you say, politics is about public policy. At the end of the day, what is the policy that the governor or anybody else is pushing? But it's interesting.
Well, it's a serious situation, Derrick, and I really appreciate so much that you're one of the folks that constantly keeps us on track with that, because that's kind of what we're going to be talking about today. You can't continue to get blows like this to your political standing and think that your families, that your children are going to have a real opportunity to be able to live and take care of themselves. And it's beginning to show, Derrick, we have a crisis in District 6 among our children and youth. And I'm not just talking about heroin. We have the heroin crisis too, of course, but we just have hundreds of children that are in jail or they're in the cemetery. And we've been holding rallies about public safety. But, Derrick, an interesting thing happened. When we held a rally about police response time and about law enforcement, at the end of that conference, at the end of that big meeting where they had all the press and everybody there, we had parent after parent, citizen after citizen get up and say at a public safety meeting, Emma, what are y'all going to do about these children? They have nothing to do out here. And I'll tell you the truth, Derrick, I was very encouraged that the community understood that you could have 10,000 policemen on a corner. You know, but if we don't really do something other than talk about the future of these kids, we're going to continue to have, as I have in my district, 400 juvenile offenses in 2014. The only two districts that had more were here in Atlanta, District 4 over here that Commissioner Garner has, and Commissioner Arrington. The three districts combined had 90% of the juvenile offenses according to juvenile court.
All right, when we come back, the response from Commissioner Darnell on Thursday, March 3rd. She has a task force on children and youth. They will convene to look at some of these issues. And when we come back, we'll have Commissioner Darnell to tell us specifically where should we be looking, what should we be doing. We know now it's a little cool. We're headed to the early spring, but summer will be here. These young people are going to be out of school. Who are we asking for jobs for them? What happened to the push for having teenagers employed in school and out of harm's way? We'll talk about that and so much more. Don't go into place. Stick and stay with us. It's Too Much Truth with Derrick Boazman on News and Talk 1380 WAOK.
If you're disabled,
too much truth.
Thank you for all that you do. I thank you for speaking out and speaking up against injustice in this nation. And God has anointed you to come against powers of darkness in high places.
It's Derrick Boazman on News and Talk 1380 WAOK.
Too much truth.
News and Talk 1380 WAOK.